That's good. Hey guys, it's Frostbeard. I'm in my living room with a bunch of gear, and I'm coming to you with 5 tips to help you go light without going broke. Alright, so you can't talk about lightening your load without talking about the big 3, and those are your backpack, your shelter, and your sleep system. So let's get started on those first. Alright, so this is my wife's backpack. It's the Osprey Aura 50 AG. Now this is a great pack. It's got tons of features. It's got an awesome suspension system that really helps you carry a lot of weight without feeling it on your back. It really does a good job of hanging that there in a way that is comfortable. But this backpack also weighs over 4 pounds. Now, the first step to lightening your load is to consider something else. For example, this guy. This is my ULA Ohm. This thing weighs a little under 2 pounds. It is handmade here in the US by a company called ULA, or Ultralight Adventures Equipment. And this is a great pack. Now, this does not have as many pockets. The suspension system is much simpler, but again, it only weighs about 2 pounds. So this is a great way to lighten your load. Now, this pack and my wife's pack cost about the same retail. But the thing with these cottage vendors like ULA is that often they have old stock that they're willing to sell you at a discounted price. So if you are on a budget and you're interested in a pack like this, what you might want to do is contact the vendor and see if they have some old stock that they'd be willing to sell you for less. Now, another option is a guy like this. This is my smaller pack. Now, the benefit to this guy, it has all the same features as my wife's pack, minus the fancy suspension system, but it also weighs about 2 pounds. This pack here is just smaller. It's a 30-liter pack. Now, you might be thinking, I can't do a 30-liter pack, but you would be surprised. I can go 2 nights with a 30-liter pack and be pretty comfortable. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about is your shelter system. If you've looked at ultralight shelter systems, there's a chance that you have experienced severe sticker shock. $400, $500, $600, $700 for an ultralight shelter system. I have the Z-Pax Duplex, and it's an amazing tent. They sell them for like $600. And I have 7 kids that I take backpacking. There's no way that I can spend $300 a kid on just their shelter system. But at the same time, I can't ask my children to carry 5-pound tents. So what did we do? We went with a tarp. Now, this is the DD Hammocks 3x3 tarp. Highly recommend this tarp. It is bomb-proof. It's super sturdy. It's super durable, and it has 19 tie-out points on it, which means that you can set it up about a half a dozen ways, possibly a dozen different shelter systems with just this one tarp. So it gives you a lot of options, a lot of variety, and it's big, so it gives you a lot of coverage. Also, this tarp runs about $80. So $500, $600, or $80. This is definitely a lightweight system that will help you shed some pounds. You can easily sleep 2 or 3 people under it if you set it up like an A-frame. And it weighs about 1.5 pounds. It weighs about the same amount as my duplex. Now, you might be saying, well, what if the ground is wet? I don't want to sleep on a wet ground. And there's a cheap and easy way to handle that also. Polycrow. This window insulation can be picked up at Walmart, Target, any hardware store, and it just costs a few dollars. You might even have some in your garage. That's where I got this package from. You can lay this out. It provides you a waterproof barrier on the ground and weighs next to nothing and is extremely inexpensive. So Polycrow is your new best friend if you're going to go the tarp system. All right, and the final of the 3 big items that can help you shave a lot of weight is a top quilt instead of a sleeping bag. Now, this is my top quilt. I've got it shoved in my ohm here. And this is good down to about 15 degrees. And it's down. And it only weighs about 24 ounces. Now you're asking, How is it only weigh 24 ounces? Well, the first thing is there's no back to this. You don't lay on it. You just lay under it. It's a blanket. It kind of wraps around you a little bit, but it's a blanket. Now, I think this is way more comfortable than just a standard mummy bag where I feel trapped and constricted. I can move around in this. I can stick my arm out or stick my arm under my head. I can lay on my side. You could lay on your stomach with this much easier than in a mummy bag. So there's a lot of versatility that comes with this, but not having that back means that you are shaving off some weight. Now also, this is made with 850 fill down, and so the high down power is going to shave weight. Now I made this guy myself. It cost me about $150, but at the time that I'm recording this, you can actually go to hammockgear.com and order. They have a line of quilts called the Econ quilt that's gonna weigh about 24 ounces for a standard 20-degree quilt, and it's only gonna run you about $150. This thing took me 2 solid days to make, probably about 10 hours of time invested into making this, and it was a giant pain in the butt. For the same cost, I could have ordered one. I would have gotten to just pick my colors, click the button, and wait a couple weeks and get it. So I highly recommend that you check out the Hammock Gear Econ quilts if you're on a budget and looking to save weight. All right, now the fourth thing to help you lighten your load that I would recommend is a homemade alcohol stove. Now I made this one from a Fancy Feast cat food can, a tomato paste can, and a little bit of plumber's felt, which I wrapped around it. This thing all together, the materials here, there's about $4 with the materials here. However, you can find templates to take just the Fancy Feast can and punch holes all the way around it. You can find those templates online. You can print them off for free. And just the Fancy Feast can alone costs you about $1, maybe 79 cents. And you can have an alcohol stove that weighs less than half an ounce for 79 cents. It's a terrific way to lighten your load. It's gonna fit in your pot, and it's gonna weigh next to nothing for almost nothing. All right, and the last item in this video, item number 5 to help you lighten your load is this guy. Now this is just your standard kitchen scale. You probably already have one of these at home, but if you don't, you can pick them up. Walmart, Amazon, Target, any place like that for just a few dollars. And this guy will help you weigh all of your gear down to the ounce. Now what you do with this is you take everything you need, you weigh it, and then you ask yourself, is this worth the weight? So for example, perhaps you like to bring a stool. You weigh that stool and it weighs 1.5 pounds. If I lighten my load by 1.5 pounds, at the end of the day, am I gonna need that stool, or would I be happy with just a sit pad on a log? Am I gonna hurt bad enough that I need to sit in a chair? Those sorts of questions, when you make those pros and cons lists and you're informed about the weight of each individual item, can help you shave pounds off your pack just by weighing the items and determining whether or not it's worth that much weight. Well, that's it, guys. 5 tips to help you go light without going broke. I hope you found something useful. I know that not everything is going to be practical or comfortable for everybody, but if you found anything at all that you liked about this video, if you found any of the information useful, please go ahead and hit that like button. Think about subscribing to the channel. I've got more videos like this coming up, as well as adventures with our 7 kids, or with just me, or with just Chanda, or any combination of those. So we look forward to seeing you out on the trail, and thanks for watching.